Have you ever felt like everything around you is moving on like usual, but something inside you just breaks? Like the world keeps doing its daily routine, but you start watching from the sidelines, feeling out of sync. If that's happened to you, it's not a coincidence. You're being called. This isn't just another video, it's a message wrapped in mystery, meant for those who can't pretend anymore, for those who feel pulled away from the noise of the world by an invisible but undeniable force. Today, we're going to talk about a symptom so deep, so personal, and so powerful that only a few experience it. We're not talking about common signs like seeing repeating numbers or having vivid dreams. This sign is much more subtle and far more intense. It shows up in the middle of everyday life, in moments when you least expect it. Maybe while you're doing the dishes, maybe when you're driving. Suddenly, a thought comes up that doesn't feel like yours, but it changes everything. This no longer fits me. It's not sadness or confusion. It's clarity. It's a radical disconnect from a life that can't hold the light that's being born inside you. It's your spirit pushing back against a life your soul never intended. It's the start of a transformation you can't turn back from. On this journey, we'll explore this sign, the one that signals the awakening of the most powerful chosen ones. We'll see how it shows up, why it's so rare and meaningful, and how to recognize it, not as a crisis but as a sacred moment. Because when the surface falls apart, it's because something sacred is breaking through. This video will guide you along a hidden path, walked by those who can no longer keep up appearances, who feel an urgent need to step away from the noise, the masks, the world, not to run away, but to come back to their true selves. We'll talk about the inner break, the feeling of being disconnected from those closest to you, rejecting the shallow, losing track of time, and finally, waking up to a quiet but burning mission that gives you unshakable certainty. You weren't put on this earth to live an ordinary life. If you're watching this, maybe you've sensed it already. Throughout history, in every part of the world, there have been stories, mostly whispered in secret circles, about people who suddenly stopped fitting into their own lives. People who woke up one day with a different outlook, like something invisible had touched their soul and pulled back the curtain from their eyes. Ancient traditions didn't call these people crazy or unstable. They called them chosen. In the mystery schools of ancient Egypt, they talked about the moment of unveiling, that sudden, unexpected instant when someone realized their old life was just a performance. The priests of Thoth knew not everyone was called, and even fewer answered the call. The chosen one was the person who, after feeling that inner break, decided not to ignore it. The Vedic texts of India describe viveka, spiritual discernment, not as intellectual thought, but as a sudden grace that triggers a crisis of meaning. The soul can no longer accept the false, the shallow, the mundane. What once felt enough becomes unbearable. The awakening starts with a silent mourning for the old self. Early Christian mystics like John of the Cross and Teresa of Avila called this the dark night of the soul, not a punishment but a necessary purification before transformation by divine light. It's in that night when meaning is lost and the ego collapses that God begins to remake the soul from its purest core. But this sign, this secret symptom we're talking about, is even older than religion. It appears in shamanic legends where the young chosen one wasn't the strongest or the smartest, but the one who fell into a mysterious illness, lost their identity, broke from their environment, and returned with a new vision. It was the wounded one, the outcast, the one who spoke with trees and ancestors. who became a bridge between worlds. These traditions agree on one thing: the true spiritual call doesn't come with fanfare or promises of instant peace. It comes as radical dismantling. It tears you away from the familiar, breaking down your roles, your masks, your borrowed desires, and only those brave enough not to resist come through transformed. The sign of this awakening isn't a flashy miracle or a loud revelation. It's a quiet murmur, a crack in your personal reality, a deep disconnect that means nothing to the outside world, but everything to your soul. Because this mysterious symptom isn't a glitch. It's the Spirit's voice saying clearly, "Your time has come. Remember who you really are." No one expects it. There are no heavenly bells, no dancing lights in the sky, no words written in fire. In fact, this awakening starts in the most unlikely places. In everyday life, that's where the most secret and powerful sign of the chosen soul shows up. It's subtle, almost impossible to notice, but it changes everything. An inner break that splits your life in two. It doesn't happen during deep meditation at a spiritual retreat or after reading a sacred book. Sometimes it hits when you're washing dishes, scrolling on your phone, or driving to work. One moment everything feels normal. The next, something feels off. A thought comes up that doesn't feel like yours but hits you with total force. This isn't me anymore. It's not just a thought in your head. It's an energy download from your spirit, a wave that flows through every cell and breaks what you thought was steady. Suddenly, the home you've lived in for years feels strange. The partner who once held you close feels distant. The job that filled your days loses its meaning. And it's not because anything outside changed. It's because something new is being born inside you. This is the first sign of the spiritual awakening of the chosen. The moment your soul starts to reject the reality built on ego, social conditioning, and fear. It's a collapse you can't see but feel deep in every part of yourself. Many are scared of this sign, and that makes sense. Because the first thing it does is shake up your inner world. What once felt comfortable becomes unbearable. What you once justified with logic suddenly doesn't make sense. But this break doesn't bring pain. It brings clarity, a strange kind of sharpness, as if you finally remembered you'd been wearing a mask for too long. The hardest part is that no one around you seems to notice the change. You keep going through the motions, talking, smiling maybe, but inside, everything is quietly breaking down with spiritual grace. It's not a fall, it's a sacred demolition. God is breaking the old mold so the real you can come through. And here's the real challenge for the chosen. How do you keep living a life that no longer resonates with your soul? That question quietly beats at the center of your heart. There's no quick answer because there are no instructions. No one tells you what to do. You just know you can't keep faking it. As this sign grows stronger, you start to notice the fake in conversations, the forced in relationships, the robotic in your routine. You can't take part in certain patterns without feeling exhausted. You can't stand empty words or noisy spaces anymore. Your sensitivity grows, not as a weakness, but as a spiritual gift waking up. This is the start of true transformation, your consciousness expanding inside and crashing against the outside world. It's your soul telling you the time has come, the time to cross the threshold. What once gave you identity, titles, relationships, roles, starts to fade like smoke in the wind. They're no longer enough. They don't represent what's awakening inside you. And that's when many get scared, Because this sign doesn't come with a plan. No instructions, just a quiet knowing. You can't go back. What you're feeling isn't weakness. It's the echo of your soul breaking free. And this is only the first sign. Once this break settles in, what comes next goes even deeper. Sacred solitude, spontaneous retreat, the shedding of masks. But to understand that, we need to go to the next stage of awakening, music. Once the inner break has started, there's no turning back. Not because anyone says no, but because your soul has tasted a piece of truth and will never settle for fake again. Then this sign grows stronger, it gets sharper, deeper, and what felt like just discomfort turns into a full dismantling, a silence, a holy silence. The next stage of spiritual awakening isn't bright or public, and it's not full of gratitude. It's solitude, but not just any solitude, not one born from rejection or loneliness. This is consecrated solitude, a spiritual separation that acts like a hidden temple where God takes you aside to work with you in private. At this stage, you discover something unsettling. People you love start to feel distant. Conversations that once brought joy now feel awkward, disconnected, almost empty. There's no guilt or resentment, just a clear sense that they don't share your vibration anymore. It's like you've started speaking a new soul language, while others are still talking the world's language. And that hurts. It hurts because these aren't strangers. They're bonds that once held you. But vibration doesn't lie. Your spirit starts to see with brutal clarity. You can't stay where your energy shrinks, nor pretend everything is okay when you know something vital no longer fits. This is one of the toughest and most powerful signs, feeling out of sync with what used to be your emotional home. But that disconnect isn't a punishment, it's a sign of growth. Your frequency has risen, and everything that doesn't grow with you starts to fade. Not because you reject it, but because life itself reshapes your surroundings to support your new vibration. It's a holy separation, a divine cleansing. Then something even deeper happens. The character begins to fall. Yes, the character, that version of you who adapted to survive, to please, to fit in. The voice that changed depending on the setting, the smile you wore out of obligation, the mask you wore for so long without realizing it. Little by little, that character becomes unbearable. You can't wear it anymore. You can't hold it without feeling sick. Your soul demands authenticity, and that doesn't mean perfection. It means being present without masks. Suddenly, you can't fake social conversations. You can't laugh at things you don't find funny. You can't stay where your spirit dims. The character that once protected you now limits you. The disguise that once served you now suffocates. And the day comes when you simply can't pretend anymore, can't keep living for others' expectations. That moment, though painful, is also your freedom. This sign is sacred. It's the unmistakable sign that God is stripping all falsehood from your soul. Not as punishment, but because what's coming requires absolute truth. There's no higher purpose without revealed identity. And in that process, something else starts to dissolve. Your rigid sense of time. Days stop feeling linear. Hours stretch on, and weeks fly by. You lose the need to control everything. You start to flow with the spirit's rhythm and can no longer live by someone else's schedule. Then another sign activates, a new clear symptom, an urgent need for silence. Not empty silence, but sacred silence, the kind where the soul meets itself and God. Not because the world is bad, but because noise can't compete with the voice of the spirit burning inside you. And in that silence, Your mission is finally revealed. Walking with an awakened soul in a sleeping world takes courage. It's not a spiritual trend. It's a daily commitment to the unseen. When you recognize these signs of awakening, the inner break, the sacred solitude, the fall of the character, the urgent silence, you realize the hardest part isn't waking up, it's staying awake. This isn't about building an external altar. It's about turning your life into a living sanctuary. That's why the following advice isn't a quick fix, but deep practices to support what heaven has begun in you. 1. Honor your need for silence. Don't underestimate its power. This world is designed to distract and overwhelm, but you've been called to the opposite, to return to your center. Create sacred spaces, even small ones. Turn off your phone for a bit each day. Take a walk without music or headphones, just focusing on your breath. In that silence, the divine whispers. Guidance doesn't come from outside. It comes from the spirit deep within. And that whisper only breaks through when the noise quiets down. 2. Stop trying to fit in. This is one of the biggest challenges. Stop asking permission to be who you are now. Your soul has changed. Your vibration has risen, and not everyone will understand. Accept that. It's not about forcing yourself on others or judging them, but about honoring your transformation without apology. If someone walks away, let them. If a place no longer resonates with you, step away. The call you hear isn't collective. It's personal, intimate, and sacred. Your loyalty is to your essence, not your past. 3. Let go of the need for recognition. One sign of deep awakening is losing the urge to compete. The ego wants applause, the soul wants purpose. When you notice you don't care about proving yourself anymore, celebrate it. That's not apathy, it's spiritual maturity. You can still shine, grow, and create, but not for approval, for alignment. Ask yourself, does this feed my truth or just my ego? That simple question will keep you grounded. 4. Let the old fall away. Don't cling to what heaven has already released. When a door closes after awakening, it's because it no longer fits your new vibration, whether that's relationships, habits, or thoughts. If something breaks, don't try to fix it with logic. Observe, give thanks, and let go. God doesn't disrupt without a reason. Every bond that fades, every routine that cracks, opens space for what's next. 5. Ground your awakening in real actions. Don't let this transformation stay just words. Turn your inner change into small but powerful habits. Change how you speak to yourself, how you pray, how you make choices, how you breathe. Let every action echo your awakened soul, because in the end, awakening isn't about what you feel. It's about how you live what you feel. There are paths you can walk away from, decisions you can undo, dreams you can put on hold. But true spiritual awakening, the kind that comes from the soul and not just a surface-level desire to be different, has no turning back. Once you've felt that inner disconnect, that quiet break with your old life, nothing will ever feel the same again. What used to feel comfortable now feels suffocating. What felt normal now feels heavy, not because the world around you has changed, but because you have. Because truth touched your spirit, and that burning touch marked a before and after. This video isn't just another message, it's a mirror, a reminder, a gateway. I've shown you the sign only the most powerful chosen ones experience, the impossibility of pretending anymore, not from weakness but from an overflow of authenticity. because the light kindled inside you no longer fits into a mold shaped by fear. We've explored the invisible signs, feeling disconnected from your former life, the spiritual distance from loved ones, the collapse of the character you created to be accepted, time losing its usual shape, silence becoming your refuge, and the fading urge to compete or show off. These aren't signs of confusion. They're the Creator's fingerprints shaping you beyond the surface. They're the cracks where the light gets in, the forge where your purpose is formed. And if this resonates with you, then you know what you're going through isn't madness or weakness. It's sacred transformation. And yes, it can hurt. Awakening isn't some perfect paradise. It's real. And real demands courage, faith without a roadmap, persistence without applause, and standing firm when the world expects you to stay who you no longer are. But here's something you need to remember. God doesn't awaken someone only to send them back to sleep. If this truth has found you, it's because your soul was chosen before time began, not to live a perfect life, but a real one. Because when you live in truth, even if no one else gets it, you are free. Now the choice is yours. Will you close your eyes again just to fit in, or will you answer the call burning inside you? If this message sparked something in you, don't let it fade. Declare in the comments, "I feel this awakening in my soul." Hit like to seal your faith in what's been ignited within you. Subscribe if you haven't yet, because this community is a circle of those who awaken and support each other. Share this video with someone who feels the same, even if they can't put it into words, because when two awakened souls recognize each other, the path becomes clearer. And remember, you're not lost, you're coming home. You're not falling apart, you're being rebuilt. You're not alone, you're being guided. This isn't the end, this is just the beginning. Imagine a world where the universe is not just made of space and matter, but a vast ocean of energy, where every thought, emotion, and action affects everything around you. In this unseen world, waves of energy constantly flow through everything, creating changes we can't always predict. Now take a moment to look at your hands, the part of your body you use every day without thinking. Have you ever stopped to consider the hidden power within them? What if I told you that your hands are the key to unlocking a world of energy, where you can tap into invisible power to make positive changes, not only for yourself, but also for those around you? For centuries, mystics, philosophers, and spiritual teachers have known that humans are more than just flesh and bone. We are a blend of vibrations and energy. These subtle forces, though invisible to the eye, are always present, interacting with us and influencing our lives, whether we realize it or not. And the amazing thing is, right now, inside your body, you have a powerful, untapped energy that you can direct and control with intention. Imagine that you don't need to be a monk, sorcerer, or enlightened master to access this power. Anyone can learn to connect with and control the energy around them. In this video, we will explore spiritual wisdom passed down through various cultures and traditions over the centuries. You will learn how your hands can act as a bridge between the physical world and the realm of invisible energy. I will guide you on how to feel and navigate the energy within your body, and teach you ancient techniques to enhance your personal energy field and create positive changes in your life. At the end of the video, I'll share a secret technique, one that can significantly amplify your ability to control energy. This is the method that great masters have used to strengthen their connection with the universe and enhance their influence over the subtle world. But before we move forward, I want you to think about something. Have you ever felt an unexpected warmth or tingling in your hands for no apparent reason? Or have you ever had a light touch communicate something powerful, as if it wasn't just a coincidence? If so, what you're about to learn will give you a completely new understanding of these sensations. Get ready, because we're about to open a new world of energy and the ability to shape reality through your hands. Though the idea of energy in the hands may sound mystical, modern science is starting to back it up. Research in quantum physics and bioelectricity shows that the human body is not just a biological machine, but a complex energy system. Every cell in our body carries its own electrical charge, and electrical impulses in our nerves carry information. For instance, our heart creates an electromagnetic field that can be measured from several meters away. But can our hands emit energy as powerfully as that? The answer is yes. Studies in electrophysiology have shown that human hands can emit small electric currents and infrared radiation. Additionally, practices like Reiki and Qigong have been proven to generate stronger than average biological magnetic fields, showing that the energy our hands release can be both powerful and intentionally controlled. Quantum physics also offers a deeper understanding of the connection between consciousness and energy. Some studies suggest that subatomic particles change their behavior based on human observation and intention. This opens up an exciting possibility. Through our hands, we can not only sense but also adjust and influence the energy around us, possibly even changing reality. Another key element in sensing and controlling energy comes from the concept of meridians and chakras, which originated in traditional Chinese medicine and Indian philosophy. These energy points, particularly those on the palms and related to the heart chakra, play a major role in the flow of life energy. By focusing on these points and practicing specific techniques, we can stimulate energy within our bodies, balance our emotions, and improve our health. In short, while using the hands to control energy has been a mysterious topic for a long time, modern science is gradually uncovering how it works. By combining ideas from bioelectricity, quantum physics, and the influence of consciousness, we can begin to understand why some people can create vibrational sensations or affect others with just a touch. The most important thing is that learning to control energy through your hands is not an impossible skill reserved for a few. It's something anyone can learn and practice, as long as you stay focused and persistent. Let's dive into techniques to awaken and develop this energy, bringing positive changes into your life. Before learning to channel energy, it's important to first develop the ability to feel energy through your hands. A simple and effective exercise to start with is to sit in a quiet place, relax, and rub your hands together briskly for about 30 seconds. Then, slowly move your palms apart by about 4 inches and focus on the sensations between them. To enhance your perception, gently move your hands as if you're holding an invisible ball. Many people feel sensations like tingling, warmth, or even slight resistance, which signals the energy around you. To increase the energy in your body, try deep breathing. Inhale deeply through your nose, imagining energy flowing from your body into your hands, and exhale slowly through your mouth, visualizing the energy spreading between your palms. Repeating this exercise a few times will help you feel more connected with the energy around you. In both traditional Chinese medicine and Reiki, it's believed that our palms have special energy points, called acupressure points, that help channel energy more effectively. To activate these points, massage the center of each palm with the thumb of your opposite hand for a few minutes, focusing on opening and balancing these centers so energy can flow freely. Energy follows your intention, so before you start channeling energy, make sure to set a clear, positive purpose. Whether you're aiming to bring calm, heal, reduce stress, or balance your energy, a clear intention will make your connection to the energy stronger and easier. Once you can feel energy in your hands, you can start practicing transferring it. hold your hand close to another person, a plant, or any object, and imagine the energy flowing from your hands to them. Pay attention to any sensations you notice. Many people feel warmth, a slight vibration, or even a sense of calm. If you're practicing with another person, ask them to describe what they feel to better understand how your energy is impacting them. This practice not only strengthens your connection to the energy, but also improves your ability to transfer it. Developing the energy in your hands takes time and patience. It's not something you can master overnight, but with consistent practice, anyone can awaken and strengthen this natural ability. The key is to keep going, even when you don't feel immediate results. Some people feel energy right away, while others need more time to sharpen their sensitivity. But the most important thing is patience and staying connected with your own energy. One common mistake is giving up too soon, but with regular practice, your hands will become more sensitive. A simple exercise to help expand and strengthen your energy is to visualize an energy sphere between your palms. Try to sense the pressure of this sphere and experiment with how the sensation changes when you adjust the distance between your hands. You can also practice with nature. Approach a tree or plant and hold your hands close to it without touching it. Try to sense the energy field around it. You may feel warmth, a vibration, or resistance from the energy. With continued practice, you'll develop a deeper connection with nature's energy and learn to use it more effectively in your life. Visualization is a powerful tool to boost the energy in your hands. It's widely used in many spiritual traditions and energy therapies to increase energy flow. The reason visualization works is that the brain doesn't always distinguish between real experiences and those imagined in the mind, as long as they are vivid and emotionally engaging. One effective exercise is to imagine a stream of golden light flowing from your heart to your hands. With each breath in, see this energy becoming stronger and more powerful. Pay attention to any changes in your energy, whether it feels warmer, cooler, or more vibrant, and learning to recognize these sensations will help you control and enhance your energy. Emotions play a big role in the energy in your hands. When you're feeling joy, love, or gratitude, the energy flows more freely and powerfully. On the other hand, negative emotions like fear, anxiety, or stress can block this flow of energy. So, before you start any energy exercises, take a few minutes to relax your mind with deep breathing or meditation. You'll notice that the energy in your hands changes when you focus on a positive thought or worry. By recognizing these changes, you can consciously adjust your inner state and improve your ability to connect with energy. If you ever feel like your ability to sense energy becomes weak or blocked, don't get discouraged. This is completely normal and can improve over time. Some helpful strategies to overcome this include making sure you get enough rest and eat a balanced diet, as your energy is closely linked to your physical health. If the energy in your hands feels heavy, try rubbing your hands together, washing them with cold water, or even using salt to purify them. Instead of focusing too much on needing to feel something specific, just explore the energy with curiosity and an open mind, without setting rigid expectations. Developing the ability to sense and work with the energy in your hands is more than just a simple skill. It's a process that takes consistent practice and self-awareness. Over time, you'll notice significant changes not only in how you sense energy, but also in how you interact with the world and the people around you. At first, you might only feel a slight vibration or warmth, but as you keep practicing, you'll be able to control energy with intention, precision, and awareness. This will expand your ability to influence your environment and the reality around you. So, why is it important to develop sensitivity to energy, and how can we do it effectively? Energy is everywhere, but many people don't notice it because they're only focused on the physical, visible aspects of the world. However, when you start paying attention to the subtle sensations in your hands, you'll realize you can consciously and actively interact with energy. This ability is not only helpful for healing and adjusting energy, but it also helps you connect more deeply with your intuition and the world around you. Being sensitive to energy helps us recognize changes within our own body and mind, allowing us to detect and adjust imbalances. By improving your ability to sense energy in your hands, you're also deepening your awareness, which helps you understand your own psychological state and that of others. This will allow you to make better decisions, protect yourself from negative influences, and connect with a deeper sense of harmony and purpose. The process of developing sensitivity to energy is ongoing and requires persistence. To improve this ability, you can practice some basic exercises like these. 1. Activate the energy in your hands. Before you can clearly sense energy, you need to prepare your hands. Rub them together quickly for 20 to 30 seconds to stimulate blood flow and increase sensitivity in your skin. Then slowly pull your hands apart and focus on the sensations between your palms. Do you feel warmth, tingling, or even a slight pressure? These sensations are signs that energy is starting to flow. 2. Create an energy sphere. This exercise helps you learn to control energy in a tangible way. Hold your hands in front of you about 4 inches apart and imagine holding an energy sphere between your palms. Slowly move your hands as if you're compressing and expanding the sphere. As you practice, you'll begin to feel slight resistance or changes in temperature, helping you understand how to control energy. 3. Explore energy through different objects. Each material has its own unique energy vibration. To strengthen your ability to sense energy, try holding different objects like stones, metals, or plants between your hands. Focus on the sensations they give off. This exercise will help you distinguish the subtle differences in energy depending on the material, as well as recognize the emotional energy connected to those objects. The ability to sense energy in your hands depends on more than just practice. It's also influenced by a variety of internal and external factors. These factors can affect how sensitive you are, so it's important to pay attention to them. Stress and anxiety. Negative mental states like stress can block the flow of energy, making it harder to sense. Staying calm and open is key to feeling subtle and accurate sensations. Fatigue. When you're tired, your energy sensitivity can decrease. Keeping yourself physically and mentally healthy will improve your ability to feel energy. The environment around you, places with high vibrations like nature, can help boost your sensitivity to energy. On the other hand, stressful or negative environments can block energy flow. A quiet, clean space supports energy sensitivity development. Intention. Energy follows your intention. The more focused you are on sensing the energy in your hands, the stronger your sensitivity will be. Keeping an open mind and focusing on your goal will make it easier to recognize and adjust the energy. Developing the ability to sense energy takes time and persistence. Everyone will progress at their own pace, and you may not see immediate results. But if you keep practicing and stay patient, your ability to sense and control energy will improve. Don't get discouraged if you don't feel much at first. Over time, you'll start to notice more. It's common for people to feel frustrated when they try to sense energy, but don't experience changes right away. This is completely normal, and it's important to remember that everyone develops this skill at their own speed. Some people feel it right away, while others need more time and patience. The key is not to give up too soon if results don't come quickly. If you're struggling to feel the energy, try these exercises to improve your sensitivity. 1. Breathing exercise. Deep breathing helps relax your body and focus your mind, which can expand your ability to sense energy. When you inhale, imagine drawing energy from the air, and as you exhale, see that energy circulating through your body, especially in your hands. 2. Hand-focused meditation. A simple exercise is to close your eyes and focus all your attention on your palms. Picture your hands as centers for receiving energy, and let that focus grow over time, increasing your sensitivity. The more you concentrate, the better you'll feel the subtle changes in energy. 3. Regular practice. Sensing energy, like any skill, requires patience and consistency. Don't worry if your initial sensations are faint. With time and dedication, you'll develop stronger and clearer feelings of energy. Being able to sense energy is not only useful for understanding energy, but also for making a positive impact on it. This skill opens up a new way of connecting with yourself and the world around you. As you learn to sense energy better, you'll find it easier to heal yourself, maintain mental balance, and improve your relationships. The journey to developing your ability to sense energy is about exploring the deep, powerful aspects of life. It's not a special gift for just a few people, but a natural ability within all of us, waiting to be awakened through practice, patience, and an open mind. While developing this ability can be challenging, the rewards are worth it. As you fine-tune your hands to energy, you'll not only connect better with yourself, but also become more in tune with the world around you, leading to a more harmonious and effective way of interacting with life. We've seen that developing energy perception helps with healing, mental health, and brings positive effects to daily life, whether at work or in personal relationships. It doesn't just help you grow, but can also impact those around you in a powerful way. If this has inspired you, keep exploring the world of energy, well-being, and personal growth. Subscribe for more useful articles and videos. Hit like if you found this helpful, and share it with others so we can all develop and discover our energy potential. The more people understand and harness their own energy, the more we can create a balanced and harmonious world. Your journey is just starting. Are you ready to take the next step and explore the depths of your potential? There's a mystery that spans cultures, religions, and eras. A quiet power kept safe in temples, shared in whispers by sages, and practiced alone by those who wanted to go beyond illusion. This mystery isn't a word or just an idea. It's a breath, a way of breathing that, when done with intention, can open hidden doors within you, raise your vibrational frequency, and reveal dimensions that the eyes can't see. Have you ever felt like, even though you're breathing all the time, you're not really alive? Have you had moments when something inside feels stuck? Like your energy just isn't flowing the way it should? The ancients understood that the root of much of our tension, emotional blocks, and spiritual confusion isn't out there. It's how our life force, our prana, moves or doesn't move. They discovered a key to unlocking that flow, nadi shodhana, the breath that cleanses the subtle channels of the body. This video dives deep into this age-old technique. We'll break down not only how to practice it, but why it has the power to change your whole vibrational state. We'll explore the nadis, the invisible channels where your vital energy moves, the original meaning of this practice in classical yoga, and the bigger purpose it serves, to prepare you to access deep meditation and, eventually, samadhi. You'll also learn how this breathwork can clear repetitive mental patterns, balance your nervous system, ease anxiety, and serve as a bridge between the earthly and the divine. But beyond the physical and mental benefits, Nadi Shodhana is an alchemical ritual, a spiritual art of inner refinement. Breathing this way isn't just about oxygenating your body, it's about nourishing your soul. So if you're ready to leave behind the shallow breathing of modern life and step into the sacred rhythm that connects you to the universe, stay with me. What you're about to learn isn't just another technique, it's a legacy, a tool for awakening, a path that, when followed with devotion, can lead you to the highest vibration, pure consciousness. To truly understand the depth of Nadi Shodhana, we have to journey beyond time, into the heart of humanity's spiritual history. High in the Himalayas, where mist blends with the sky and silence feels heavy, the ancient rishis, visionary sages from old India, devoted their lives to observing the soul through the body. They didn't see humans as just physical machines, but as living temples of energy woven with invisible channels called nadis. The oldest Vedic texts, like the Upanishads and classic yoga writings, already mention these subtle pathways where prana, the vital force, flows. From this view, the body is more than flesh and bone. It's an energetic system that breathes, pulses, and shines from within. And just like rivers can get polluted or blocked, nadis can be clogged by suppressed emotions, chaotic thoughts, and habits that don't align with the soul. Nadi Shodhana, which means purifying the channels, came about as a precise, sacred method to clear these inner rivers. It wasn't a side practice, but an essential step for reaching yoga's highest states, especially samadhi, where individual consciousness merges with universal consciousness. For the ancient yogis, trying to meditate without first purifying the nadis was like trying to see the moon's reflection in a muddy pond. Meditation wasn't just about sitting still, it was about being clear inside. Only with that clarity could the mind quiet down, the ego dissolve, and true insight arise. The scriptures also talk about three main nadis, Ida, Pingala, and Sushumna. Ida, the lunar current, represents the feminine, the intuitive, and the passive. Pingala, the solar current, stands for the masculine, the rational, and the active. They wind around the spine, crossing at each chakra, creating an energetic dance. But it's Sushumna, the central channel, that leads to awakening, and it only opens when the other two are balanced. That's where Nadi Shodhana comes in. It balances the flow between the solar and lunar energies, allowing the central path of the soul to open. From this perspective, every conscious breath is sacred. Each inhale and exhale is a prayer, a reminder that divinity isn't far away in a temple. It's right here in the breath entering and leaving your body moment by moment. Today, this practice is often watered down, seen as just a relaxation technique. But its roots are mystical, its function transcendent, and its power vast. Nadi Shodhana doesn't just calm your mind. It tunes it like an instrument, ready to hear the music of the universe. Imagine for a moment that your body isn't just organs or muscles, but a glowing network of pathways where a subtle, invisible, powerful energy flows. Prana, this vital energy, finer than air and more essential than blood, fuels your thoughts, emotions, and awareness. The ancient yogis didn't just know about this energy, they cultivated it, guided it, and honored it. One of the most straightforward ways to purify and strengthen its flow was through Nadi Shodhana. This technique, known in English as alternate nostril breathing, is anything but random. Every part of the practice is designed as a precise key that fits the lock of your energetic system. And what is that lock? Your nadis. As we've seen, the main ones are Ida, Pingala, and Sushumna. But the balance between the first two, the lunar and solar channels, allows the third, the central channel, to activate and open the door to expanded states of consciousness. The basic structure of Nadi Shodhana is simple, but its power comes from the intention, rhythm, and awareness behind it. 1. Close your right nostril and inhale through the left. This activates Ida, linked to the parasympathetic system, calm, introspection, and lunar energy. 2. Close your left nostril and exhale through the right. This activates Pingala, connected to the sympathetic system, action, logic, and solar energy. 3. Then switch. Inhale through the right, exhale through the left. That's one full cycle. This flow of breath creates a dance between your inner polarities. Like any sacred ritual, it brings harmony, cleansing, and opening. But here's the real mystery. When Ida and Pingala are balanced, they stop opposing each other. They merge, neutralize, and silence arises. Not an empty silence, but one filled with pure consciousness. At that moment, prana can enter Sushumna, the central channel along the spine, and rise. This energetic rise is the beginning of awakening, the first step toward union with the divine. It's not just about moving air from one nostril to the other. You're reprogramming your energy field, clearing subtle blockages built up over years of unresolved emotions, scattered thoughts, and unconscious breathing. Each cycle of Nadi Shodhana acts like a wave of purification flowing through your nadis, loosening invisible knots called granthis that block prana's free flow. From a neurophysiological view, though that's not the tradition's main focus, the practice also calms the autonomic nervous system, reduces stress, and balances the brain's hemispheres. What science sees as a side benefit, the yogis see as essential for inner awareness, because when the mind is quiet, the soul can speak. That's why Nadi Shodhana shouldn't be rushed or done mechanically. It should become a ritual, a moment when you recognize that your breath isn't just yours, but a gift from the universe. And by returning it with awareness, you begin tuning your body like a sacred instrument, ready to resonate with higher, clearer, truer frequencies. On the surface, Nadi Shodhana seems simple. Inhale, exhale, alternate. But those who practice with attention and, above all, respect, soon discover hidden depths, like the rings inside an ancient tree. As the practice deepens, a subtler truth emerges. We're not just breathing air, we're breathing consciousness. One of the most important and least understood aspects of this practice is that it's not just about relaxation, but about cleansing the vibrations of your entire being. Each breath cycle creates resonance in your energy field. It's not just a calming exercise, it's a tuning of the vibrational pattern that shapes who you are. Just like a tuner adjusts strings to find the perfect pitch, Nadi Shodhana adjusts the invisible threads linking body, mind, and spirit. In ancient tantric traditions, everything in the universe pulses with a frequency. The heart, the planets, thoughts, even silence. Every thought you have changes your frequency. Every emotion, unspoken word, and unhealed wound leaves an imprint on your nadis, distorting prana's natural flow. That's why great yogis didn't just breathe consciously. They breathed with the intention to free themselves. Here's where Nadi Shodhana becomes a powerful tool. It's not only about balancing Ida and Pingala, but also about clearing the granthis, energetic knots along the spine that block prana from rising to higher awareness. These blockages aren't physical, they're emotional and psychological. Attachments, fears, traumas, and compulsive desires. When you breathe with devotion, presence, and surrender, prana acts like a healing river, washing away those impurities. Another profound effect of this practice is on the mind. Yogic teachings say, the mind follows prana like a snake follows its charmer. When prana moves chaotically, the mind scatters. But when prana is focused, steady, and rhythmic, the mind becomes still. And in that stillness, something extraordinary reveals itself, the eternal witness, the consciousness that observes without judgment, desire, or fear. This consciousness is what yoga calls Purusha, the unchanging being beyond body and mind. Nadi Shodhana, then, isn't just a technique to feel good. It's a way to reach the essential core of yourself, the calm center in the middle of life's storm, a place untouched by the noise of the world. Finally, this practice has a mystical quality. Many masters have taught that when you truly master Nadi Shodhana, you can hear the nada, the inner sound, the quiet murmur of the universe within your heart. It's like your body, vibrating in harmony, becomes an instrument to perceive the sacred, not with physical ears, but with an expanded awareness that only comes after you've crossed the veil of ordinary breathing. In the end, Nadi Shodhana isn't just something you do, it's something you become. A clear channel, a bridge between the visible and invisible, a flute through which the divine breath finally flows. Practicing Nadi Shodhana doesn't mean retreating to a cave in the Himalayas or living an ascetic life apart from the world. On the contrary, this ancient technique is designed to root spirituality in everyday life. The true mystic isn't the one who runs away from the world, but the one who walks through it with presence, awareness, and inner strength. Here are some practical and meaningful tips to make Nadi Shodhana a true living art. First, create your breathing sanctuary. You don't need a temple, but you do need a space you respect. It might be a corner of your room, a lit candle, or a tree you sit beneath. The place matters less than your intention to make it sacred. By setting up a small inner and outer altar for your practice, you're telling your mind and soul, here, the sacred begins. Breathing from that space transforms the ordinary into something extraordinary. Second, the best time is between worlds. Sages say 2 moments are especially powerful for Nadi Shodhana: dawn and dusk. As the sun rises or sets, the veil between worlds thins. During these subtle hours, when the day is ending or just beginning, prana is most open and receptive. Practicing then encourages deeper insight and energetic awakening. Third, breathe without goals, but with devotion. In the West, we often treat breathing as a tool to fix things, reduce anxiety, improve focus, sleep better. But Nadi Shodhana isn't a productivity hack. It's a silent prayer to the universe. Practice it not to get something, but as an act of love for your inner self. In that surrender without expectation, prana responds with grace. Fourth, less is more, but consistency is key. You don't need to practice for hours. 5 to 10 minutes a day is enough if you're fully present. It's better to breathe with devotion for 7 minutes than to do 30 minutes on autopilot. The secret is frequency, not length. Like a drop falling repeatedly on stone, daily practice slowly shapes your subtle system until one day you simply awaken differently. Fifth, make your breath a mirror. Notice which nostril is more active throughout the day. You'll see it naturally shifts every 90 to 120 minutes. This relates to the dominance of Ida and Pingala. Being aware of this helps you read your own energetic cycles and align your decisions, actions, and rest with your inner flow. In short, Nadi Shodhana isn't just a technique for tough times. It's a subtle practice for remembering who you really are. It offers the chance to be fully in this world without getting lost in it, to breathe not just to survive, but to awaken. By the end of this journey, you may realize Nadi Shodhana is not just a breathing exercise. It's an ancient language, a key that opens inner doors, a silent call toward your purest nature. It needs no words, creeds, or dogmas, only your presence and your breath. Modern life has taught us to breathe to survive, but we've forgotten how to breathe with purpose. Amid noise, stress, constant distractions, and spiritual disconnection, Nadi Shodhana rises like a column of light, a simple yet sacred tool to come home, to the temple of the body, the sanctuary of a clear mind, the heart vibrating at its highest frequency. This alternate breathing, inhaling through one nostril, exhaling through the other, means much more than just balancing your body. It represents the dance of opposites, sun and moon, masculine and feminine, action and reflection, the outer world and the inner universe. With each conscious cycle, you bring those polarities back together, close internal gaps, and make peace with your duality. And when that union becomes constant, something miraculous happens. The central channel, Sushumna, begins to activate, not with a loud burst, but as a gentle current of clarity, silence, and connection with the eternal. What were once chaotic thoughts, overwhelming emotions, and trapped tensions dissolve like mist in the sun, leaving only the essential. You in your highest self, aligned with the pulse of the universe. You don't need to be a Himalayan sage or a spiritual master. You just need to pause, close your eyes, and let the mystery of prana move through you, because it's already inside you, because the temple has always been open, waiting for you to step inside. I invite you now, as an act of humility and power, to make Nadi Shodhana part of your daily ritual. Try it for 7 days, 7 mornings, 7 conscious breaths. Don't look for results, just show up and listen. And if, by the end, something shifts in you, even a small moment of peace, a brief silence, or a tear without reason, you'll know you've begun to remember that you are not alone, that your soul calls you through your breath itself. Breathe and breathe again, because every time you do it with awareness, you move closer to the source of everything. If this message resonated with you, subscribe for more content on esoteric wisdom and transformative practices. Give it a like, share this video with someone who needs it, and leave a comment about your experience with this sacred breath.